All right, so this one we're going to use a compass and straight edge to make this angle, but instead of it being point A, we're going to have the vertex at point A prime right there. So just to start out, what I'm going to do is create a ray. So on the assignment, I would click on ray, and then I would make a ray from A prime just coming out. Doesn't matter which direction. In fact, this one I'll just kind of try to emphasize it. So we'll make it look like this. And of course, when you do that on the assignment, it would have an arrow at the end like this. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a circle that's going to go through these two rays up here from the original angle. And it'll be at a center at point A, so I'm going to create a circle here, and then I'm going to move that circle. I'll draw the line that goes through these two, and I'm just going to move it down here, okay? So here's what that looks like. So on the assignment, what you would do is you'd click on A right here, this is on the original angle, and just drag it out until you have a circle that is definitely going through both of these rays. Now, if you drag it too far out, you may have to extend this line yourself, which we don't want to do. It's just a little extra work, so I'm just going to click on A, drag this out right here, and then I get this circle right there. Okay, now I need to see the 2 points where this circle goes through these two separate rays right there. So on the assignment, it would just, if you just click and drag around the circle like this, I mean, you can make the full circle if you'd like, but I need to see the arc that goes through both of these. So this is what I get since I'm doing it by hand. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this circle, this purple circle, I'm going to move it over here with a center at A prime right there. Now since I'm doing this by hand, it may not look so fancy, but I'm just kind of eyeballing that right there, okay? So that's what I got. And then the assignment would have created these 2 points for us over here. We're going to need those. But over here, I've got to draw enough of the arc to at least match this part of the circle that we drew over here. So let's see if I can do that. So again, over here on the assignment, you just click and just drag around the circle. If you want the full thing, or you just click here and then kind of drag that line over here and it'll do it for you. I did it by hand, so mine's a little bit more ugly than yours. But what I have at this point is I've got this red ray coming out of point A prime, and I've got this arc, which is the same arc from the circle back here, which is going to create, I'm going to say that's my orange point right there, okay? So I need some other ray coming out of this, going in this direction. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is and I'll make this point purple, just like this one, so I kind of have matching points, right? At least color-coded. Let's do that with A prime. We'll make that red. So what I'm going to do now, let's get rid of this purple circle right there, just so we don't get it confused. And what I need now is a circle with a center at this point, but with a radius that goes from this center to the purple point right there. So this is what I got, and again, I'm just eyeballing this. On the assignment, you're going to have to click up here on compass, and then you're going to have to click on this point and then just drag it out, and it will make a circle automatically that goes exactly with the center at this orange point for me, and then through this purple point right here for me as well, okay? But now that I have the circle, I need to take it and drag it down here so that its center is at this orange point too. All right, I almost forgot this, but what I'm going to need now is going to need a second arc that goes at least through this point right here. So I'm going to show that. I would draw that, again, I'm doing this by hand, so it's hopefully not as good as what you have on the assignment, but that's what I would have from that red arc, okay? Now that's going around that purple circle. What I'm going to do now is take this purple circle that I have, and I'm going to try to line it up with this orange point right there, right? And then what I need is I need to draw part of my arc here, and you'll need to do this on the assignment so that it goes through the green arc right there. So if I do that, this is what I get. Now again, is that perfect? It is not, but what it will do on the assignment for you is it will create a point right there. So on the assignment, what will happen now is we need to make a ray going from A prime to this purple point right there. So up here at the top, you would click on ray, and that'll get rid of the circle. unless you've drawn the whole thing, which you can do on the assignment, right? But all I need now is a line that goes from my A prime point through that purple point. That's it. Okay, so when you'd click on ray, and then it's going to create a ray like this for you, and it'll automatically have the arrow at the end. And now mine may not look exactly the same because I was not actually using a compass and straight edge, and the technology on my iPad isn't perfect. But on the assignment for you, if you'll just click and drag these, then it'll make these it'll look much better. So this angle right here, I've now copied it with just circles and straight lines down here. So compasses will make circles, straight edge for your straight lines. Now to kind of finish explaining what happens here is what we did is we created a circle with a radius. So the purple and the orange point right there are the same distance away from A. So we have this purple and orange point. So you have a circle with these two radius or radii. Then we just pretty much copy that down here. Now the circle, right? We copy the circle part that will actually go through the two ending rays. And then what we do is we draw a circle which has a radius from this orange point to the purple point. Now what that does is it makes it so that we have a distance away from this orange point. But we already have a distance from the red point. So it's kind of like a triangulation thing right here. It's not a triangle, but it kind of creates a triangle thing for us. And so if we take the circle from this center to this radius and just copy it down here, then all we've got to do is see where the two circles that we've drawn intersect down here, which is exactly what we did, because this distance from the distance of this center to this end is the same radius as the red circle, and we've already drawn the same distance from A prime to this orange point with this green circle. So we have the green circle, red circle, and then the intersection is where we have essentially this ray, but down here is this blue ray.